Once upon a pop song, there was a young man named Justin Bieber, a heartthrob with floppy hair and a smile that made teenagers swoon. Back in the early 2000s and 10s, Justin was the definition of puppy love in action. But as the years rolled by, fans began noticing something strange. The sparkle that once made him the Romeo of radio slowly began to fade. And many believe it all boils down to two women, Selena Gomez and Hailey Baldwin, now Bieber. It's a tale of two relationships that played out like totally different movies. One a fiery romantic drama, the other a slow burn documentary on emotional detachment. So, how did the same man seem so wildly different in love, depending on who he was with? Buckle up, Beliebers. We're diving into the mystery of Bieber's two faces of love, dose of heartbreak, and just a pinch of, what were you thinking, dude? Justin plus Selena is equal to pop culture's Romeo and Juliet, but with Instagram. When young Justin first started dating Selena Gomez, it was pure Gen Z Shakespeare. He was the world's biggest teen pop star with a voice smoother than a fresh jar of peanut butter. And she was Disney's darling from Wizards of Waverly Place. Together, an explosion of charm, chaos, and chemistry. Their love story was not subtle. Justin once rented out the entire Staples Center, yes, the entire NBA arena, just to watch Titanic with Selena. Who does that? Certainly not someone who forgot to put his cereal bowl in the sink. This was high-level romantic nonsense, and the world was eating it up. Back then, Justin was all in. He beamed at her like a puppy in love, whispering sweet nothings courtside at basketball games, holding hands like the world didn't exist beyond their fingers, and even crooning "My Girl" to her in public. Sure, their relationship was dramatic. There were breakups, makeups, and public shoutouts that had fans glued to Twitter like it was a soap opera. But even when it fell apart, Justin never disrespected her. No trash talk, no diss tracks, just a boy clearly still longing for his first love. From fireworks to fallout, the love that couldn't quit. They broke up in 2012, then again in 2014, but it never felt like really over. You could practically hear the heartbreak dripping from Justin's lyrics. Songs like "What Do You Mean?", "Sorry," and "Mark My Words" weren't just hits. They were emotional voicemails to Selena, disguised as top 40 bops. Even after cheating rumors and public spats, Justin always maintained a soft, almost protective tone when talking about Selena. He even called her his first real love. That's not just sweet, it's Shakespearean. Their 2017 reunion? Straight out of a Nicholas Sparks novel. Selena had just gone through a kidney transplant, and Justin showed up biking to her house with coffee like it was a scene from The Notebook, Beverly Hills edition. But even that second chance couldn't hold. By early 2018, Selena walked away. For real this time. She chose peace. Justin, on the other hand, chose a wedding ring. Enter Hailey, from background player to Mrs. Bieber. Only months after his final breakup with Selena, Justin reignited his romance with Hailey Baldwin, a model and influencer with a deep love for oversized blazers and quiet loyalty. The two had dated briefly back in 2015 to 2016, but this time it was different. This time they got married. Fast. Like, very fast. Engaged by July 2018, married by September. That's less taking it slow and more smash the gas pedal and see what happens. Fans didn't buy it. The timing felt more like a way to shut the Selena chapter than the start of a love story. Justin was drained, and it seemed like he hoped marriage would magically reboot his emotional system. It didn't. From heartthrob to husband, where did the romance go? When Justin was with Selena, he was all in. We're talking surprise dates, courtship theatrics, and more affection than a Hallmark card aisle. With Hailey? Not so much. The grand gestures dried up. So did the love songs. One glaring example. In 2020, Justin was filmed slamming a car door on Hailey while she was still halfway out. Smooth, Bieber. Very smooth. Another awkward moment came after Hailey beat him in an arcade game. Yes, that happened. Instead of a playful, "good job, babe," Justin allegedly snapped at her, loudly, in public. A vibe so off, even TikTok couldn't decide if it was toxic or just weird. In contrast, Justin never lost it with Selena in public, not even during the height of their wildest fights. The cracks were always behind closed doors. With Hailey, the cracks are front and center, and fans can't help but notice. Selena gets love songs. Hailey gets silence? Let's talk tunes. In 2015, Justin dropped Purpose, and fans were convinced it was a sonic diary of his heartbreak over Selena. It was raw, poetic, even a little whiny, but in a beautiful way. Then came changes in 2020, Justin's I'm Married Now album, supposedly a love letter to Hailey. But critics weren't sold. It felt flat. Songs like Yummy were catchy but shallow, more like jingles than emotional tributes. Where were the anthems? The longing? The piano ballads that scream, "I love you more than my tour bus"? Crickets. One woman got sonnets, the other got press releases. Justin's Instagram during the Selena era, a digital shrine, black and white photos, captions like, "Our love is unconditional." Poetry, basically. With Hailey? The initial posts were sweet, sure. His 2018 engagement caption was all heart emojis and sincerity. But over time, the affection fizzled. By 2023, anniversary posts felt less like love notes and more like someone fulfilling a PR obligation between brand deals. Hailey, on the other hand, kept showing up, posting pictures, calling Justin her best friend, sharing sweet messages. The energy wasn't just mismatched, it was doing cartwheels in opposite directions. And then came 2025, when Selena dropped I Said I Loved You First with Benny Blanco. Justin's reaction? Cryptic Instagram memes. Because nothing says emotional maturity like a vague story post during your ex's engagement week. Body language doesn't lie, even if you don't speak it. Look at old photos of Justin and Selena. He's holding her, smiling at her like she's made of magic. He was physically present, emotionally involved, and clearly smitten. Now look at Justin and Hailey. More often than not, he's walking ahead of her, head down, hands in pockets, looking like he's late for a dentist appointment. In one 2021 Vegas video, he's seen yelling while Hailey stands silently beside him. Not exactly the poster couple for romantic bliss. The real reason behind the shift? Timing? Guilt? Or something deeper? Let's be fair to Justin. People grow, evolve, and sometimes crash dramatically into emotional brick walls. When he was with Selena, he was young, chaotic, and passionate. With Hailey, he was older, more tired, and seeking stability, maybe even redemption. In interviews, he's opened up about his mental health, faith, and how celibacy, yes, celibacy, helped him reconnect with himself before marrying Hailey. It's possible she represents a calmer chapter, one built on healing rather than intensity. But calm doesn't have to mean cold. And sadly, that's what many fans see. A guy who used to shout his love from the rooftops now barely whispers it online. Hailey, the silent warrior in a loud love triangle. Through all the drama, Hailey has remained publicly loyal. She stood by him through his Lyme disease, Selena's fan army, and all the internet noise. In a 2022 interview, she even insisted there was no overlap between her and Selena. But Justin's silence? Deafening. When Selena finally clapped back to rumors in a 2025 interview, Justin didn't defend Hailey, didn't clarify, didn't post a single "leave my wife alone" tweet. And that's the saddest part. Selena got sonnets. Hailey gets static. One love lit the fire, the other just keeps the lights on. In the end, Justin seems like a different man with each woman. With Selena, grand gestures, fireworks, and heartbreak ballads. With Hailey, muted affection, surface-level songs, and a kind of emotional absenteeism. Maybe it is just timing. Maybe his heart never fully healed. Maybe he's still chasing the ghost of a love that once burned too bright. Or maybe, just maybe, he thought marriage would fix what therapy, reflection, and a few more years of growing up were supposed to do. Whatever the truth, one thing's clear. Justin Bieber, the hopeless romantic, seems to have vanished. And in his place, a quieter man, still searching for something he may have already lost. And there you have it. Folks, drop your thoughts in the comments. Was Justin chasing peace or just running from passion? Is Hailey his anchor or his afterthought? And do we think Yummy was really about waffles? If you enjoyed this deep dive into Bieber's wild roller coaster of romance, smash that like and don't forget to subscribe.